Hello, welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Let's quickly go over the stories we have this evening on the program. Yes, how we'll do it in the evening. We'll look at some Nigerian stories and other stories making the round on the world of sport. We'll also look at the fixtures tonight in Europe in the top three European leagues, the top four European leagues, I beg your pardon, and also we'll look at the NBA results, and then also we'll look at some transfer. And let's take the big one coming in from the Australian Open. Yes, the men's and the women's finalist has been confirmed. We'll be looking at that. Yes, the women's finals will be coming up tomorrow, while for the men will come up on Sunday. So we'll be looking at those who have made it to the finals and the expectations of the men's and the women's Australian Open 2025 finals. So we'll be looking at that and probably some other interesting stories. But let's begin from the Super Eagles story from the AFCON. We'll start from the continent. Yes, how it concerns us. The Super Eagles, we looked at that on Wednesday. They are in part one of the 2025 African Cup of Nations. The tournament will be played by December, from December to January of 2026. So for the Super Eagles, like I said, they are in part one of the draws for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. And the story this evening is that the Super Eagles coach Eric Chelle would be at that ceremony. Eric Chelle to attend ceremony. That is the 2025 AFCON draw ceremony. That ceremony would take place in Rabat, Morocco on Monday. So Eric Chelle, alongside NFF officials, executive members, and also Super Eagles captain, they will be in Rabat, Morocco to witness the draws. So like I said, we are in part one alongside Morocco host, Ivory Coast, the defending champions, Senegal, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria. All of the first top 6 teams on the continent of Africa, all of them are grouped in part one. So for Nigeria to play any of these teams in the group stages, the possibility is not there. So we will not be meeting either Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, because we are all grouped in part one. So let's see how that draws will go. And for Eric Chelle, he will be on ground to witness that draw, and probably we will be seeing the group where Nigeria will fall in for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. We were finalists in the last edition in Cote d'Ivoire, where Nigeria was beaten 2-1 by Cote d'Ivoire, courtesy of Sebastian Haller's second goal to give the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire that trophy. So for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we are looking forward to an interesting tournament. We have the best players in the world right now who can do us well. So it's not left for Eric Chelle. What is he going to do for the Super Eagles of Nigeria? So we look forward to that ceremony, and we will be bringing you all of the updates from that ceremony, the draws and what have you, on our sports show. Let's move away from that story, and we're still looking at the Super Eagles now. We'll talk about one player who says he's enjoying playing in Nigeria. That is Olaino, the best right wing back in Europe right now and in the world. So this season, he has shown himself, and he's an important part of Nottingham Forest resurgence this season under Nuno Espirito. Now they are among the top 4 teams in the English Premier League. So that is the Nottingham Forest. Liverpool is leading, followed by Arsenal, and we have Liverpool, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Manchester City. So let's see, for Nottingham Forest, probably they might be playing Champions League football this season. But Olaino is saying, yes, I enjoy playing in Nigeria. This was a man who switched from the Three Lions of England in 2017 after representing the junior Three Lions of England. He switched allegiance to Nigeria in 2017 Though after that, he did not feature in the 2018 World Cup, but after the 2018 World Cup, he has been an important part of the national team, that is the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So for Olaino, fantastic player. He has more, I think, up 84 caps for Nigeria in total as we speak. So we'll be looking forward to see Olaino represent Nigeria at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. But one man saying he enjoys playing in Nigeria, and you know, whenever you come down to this part of the world, football is one thing we love so much. And when the darling Super Eagles is playing, you can see it for yourself how the stadiums are normally packed full, either playing here in Abuja, Uyo, or Lagos. At some point when we're still playing, when the national team were still playing their matches in Lagos, and you know that is at the National Stadium in Surulere, you know how passionate we are when it comes to football in this part of the world. So for Olaino, he says, I enjoy playing in Nigeria. Who says home is home? That is what the whole statement is really talking about. Even identifying himself, switching allegiance from England to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think it's not a regrettable one for the young man, because I don't think if he still decides to play for the Three Lions of England, maybe just maybe he might not even be having the chance he's having with the Super Eagles. Players like Gabriel Agbolaho can testify. Look at what is happening to Tammy Abraham right now. Tammy Abraham alongside Demola Lookman, they were scouted the same time to play for the the same time to play for the Super Eagles. But for Tammy Abraham, he opted to play for the Three Lions of England. But look at what Ademola Lookman, the African king of football right now, is doing with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So for Tammy Abraham, I believe he must have been reflecting back and saying, no, I actually took the wrong decision, made the wrong decision. So let's see how it goes. For all I know, you are always welcome whenever you're playing in Nigeria. Good one. And let's quickly look at the Nigerian Premier Football League. It is signing here in Nigeria and also in Europe. The January transfer window is still open, and transfers are going on in Nigeria and also in Europe and every other part of the world where football is being played. And we know for Enugu Rangers, as we speak right now, he's their former player. He played for Enugu Rangers before leaving the shores of the country, and now he's back to Nigeria, and now he has been signed by Enugu Rangers. That is Michael Uchebo, the fantastic, tall, lanky striker who represented Nigeria Super Eagles some time ago. So now for Enugu Rangers, he will now become the fourth player. We have Abdullahi Shehu, have Ahmed Musa with Abdullahi Shehu and Ahmed Musa with Kano Pillars, Brown Ideye with Enyiba of Aba, and now we have Michael Uchebo with Enugu Rangers. So four Super Eagles player. We have the two ex-Super Eagles player and two active, though the Abdullahi Shehu and Ahmed Musa has not said they've quit or they've retired from international football. So, but for Michael, he's no longer playing with the Super Eagles, but now they are back to the country, bringing in their wealth of experience. That deal happened today, and from this weekend, probably he might just get the nod to start for Enugu Rangers against Niger Tornadoes. You can see him. He was, like I said, he formerly played for Enugu Rangers. That was when he was with Enugu Rangers with jersey number 9. His name is Michael Uchebo. If we can have most of our ex-players coming back to play for our various MPFL club, I think it's something we will be happy about, seeing our ex-players coming back to play for the for our various MPFL clubs. So he's welcome, and it's a welcome development. It's also a message to ex-Super Eagles players, those who are still active, that yes, if you finish your sojourn in Europe or wherever in the part of the world or in the continent, you can always come back home and look for one of the Nigerian Premier Football League. It's also a way of making our league competitive and viable and contributing your own quota on and off the pitch with your wealth of experience. The younger ones, other players in your particular club can learn from that experience because you have been exposed to the best of facilities, tactics, techniques, skills, and what have you. Just have to bring it back home and show us the way to go. One thing we also need to do in this part of the world is also for us to work on our facilities. You can see Uchebo, he also played for Boa Vista in Portugal. So he actually toured in Europe, but now he has decided to come back home and stay with Enugu Rangers. We are still looking at the Super Eagles player, but this time around we leave MPFL and go straight to Europe, where Finidi George, former Super Eagles coach and Super Eagles winger, Finidi George is now advising Kelechi Iheanacho, they call him senior man, Curls, that he should leave Sevilla over poor treatment. Yes, ever since he left Leicester City to join Sevilla at the beginning of this season, he has not really hit the ground running. He has not gotten the best of treatment at the Ramos Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium in Italy. So now Coach Finidi George, who actually worked with him during his brief during his time as an assistant coach with the Super Eagles, is now advising Kelechi Iheanacho to leave Sevilla and probably Ipswich Town. Like we know, we looked at that story on this show last week. Yes, Ipswich Town is targeting Kelechi Iheanacho, and if that is anything to go by, he can come back to England, join forces with Ipswich Town, who are just close to the relegation zone in the English Premier Football League. So, but for Coach Finidi George, I think he himself, he played in Spain. That is Finidi George. He played with Real Betis in Spain, so he understands the theory. He knows what it is when you are playing in La Liga. So that's why he's offering a fatherly and brotherly advice to Kelechi Iheanacho. He should just find his way out of Sevilla and probably revive his career elsewhere. We know that the World Cup is fast approaching, and the Nations Cup is also big for this year. So if he really wants to play for the Super Eagles, then he just needs to wake up, find where to go, where he can keep fit, and also get his career up and running again. All right, let's leave Kelechi Iheanacho and Finidi George. Let's look at some fixtures tonight. Like I said, we have some games coming up tonight in the top 4 European leagues. In Spain, we have one game where Las Palmas will be at home to entertain Osasuna. Then in Germany, that is the German Bundesliga, Holstein Kiel will be away to Wolfsburg. And then in Italy, we have one game also, that is the Italian Serie A, Torino against Cagliari in that particular game. And then in French Ligue 1 game tonight in the top 4 leagues in Europe, Auxerre against Saint-Etienne. So all of these games will be coming up tonight, while other fixtures will come up tomorrow. That is for the weekend games. So during the week we have the Champions League, and yesterday was the Europa League games. So now the league games are back, and it's going to be an interesting weekend in the English Premier League. Okay, in the Nigerian Premier Football League, in the English Premier League, in La Liga, German Bundesliga, in the French Ligue 1. So we'll be seeing interest in the Italian Serie A. In all of these leagues I mentioned, games, interesting, mouth-watering games have been lined up. And then in the English Premier Football League, it's a super weekend. Manchester City is going to be entertaining Chelsea. So we will see some tough games in the English Premier Football League, and also in the Nigerian Premier Football League. The league is back after 3 weeks break. Yes, we will be seeing the Nigerian Premier Football League up and running. Okay, those are the fixtures for tonight. You can just go enjoy yourself with any of those fixtures and catch your fun while you also games continue tomorrow and Sunday. And also we have in England, we normally have the Monday night football and other places in Europe. All right, let's look at the NBA result this evening. The NBA, the biggest franchise in the world. There were some games that were played today. And let's look at the result of those games. We have the Portland Trail Blazers. They defeated Orlando Magic, 101 points for the Blazers, and Orlando Magic scoring 79 points. And then between Toronto Raptors, it was a close game, just 3 points there. Toronto Raptors beating Atlanta Hawks 122 to 119 in that particular game. So for the Raptors, they dug it deep to get all the maximum at the sound of the buzzer, just to add that 3 points in beating Atlanta Hawks. And then the Dallas Mavericks also defeated Oklahoma City Thunder 121 to 115 for the City Thunders. Almost 6 points separating the Mavericks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then for the Miami Heat, their heat wasn't enough against the Milwaukee Bucks. It was 125 to 96 for the Heat. A total whitewash from the Bucks in that particular game. That is the Antetokounmpo brothers doing well in that game. And then for the Sacramento Kings, also against the Denver Nuggets, it was 123 points for the Kings, while the Nuggets scored 132 points. And then the Boston Celtics lost to LA Lakers, 117 points for the Lakers, and the Celtics scored 96 points. And then the game between Chicago Bulls and Golden State Warriors, 106 for the Bulls and 131 points for the Golden State Warriors. It was a total annihilation in that game. And then the Washington Wizards, also their wizardry wasn't enough for them against LA Clippers in that game. So 110 points for the Clippers, while the Wizards were able to score just 93 points. So that is the NBA result. Fantastic results over these today, early as of this morning. Those games were up, and we know the NBA, it is the biggest franchise in the world. We have the conference, the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference, all of them doing battle. At the end, we will be bringing you those top teams in the Western and the Eastern Conference, but we will always give you the general results of games that were played in the NBA. All right, let's look at some transfer stories this evening, and we look at this one coming in from Manchester City. That is the blue side of Manchester, the Sky Blues of Manchester side. Now, Manchester City shows interest in Juventus fullback Andre Cambiaso. Yes, they really now Kyle Walker has made his move to AC Milan, and they are also looking at the way of our own Onliner, a replacement. They are looking for a replacement for Kyle Walker, who has already joined AC Milan. So for Cambiaso, it's now left for Juventus if they are ready to do business with the Manchester City owners. Yes, and see if Cambiaso will be switching from Italy to England. And then another transfer story this evening, we're going straight to Germany. Bayern Munich, that is Bayern Munich midfielder Joshua Kimmich, keep tabs with Real Madrid over move. Yes, he wants to make that move to Real Madrid, and let's see if he's going to join the White Angels, that is the Galacticos, as they are known for. For Joshua Kimmich, he has won everything he needs to win with Bayern Munich, so he wants to try out elsewhere. And now he's looking for a way of joining Real Madrid in Spain. All right, we'll look at this one. Now we'll come back to England. Yes, these two teams, they are rivals, but now they want to take the rival off the pitch and do business. Chelsea considers Manchester United winger Alejandro Garnacho move. Yes, he was on for Manchester United last night in the Europa League game, and he's still of his transfer is still surrounding the young man. Let's see if he's going to make that move to the blue side of London, that is Chelsea. And Chelsea indeed really wants to see if they can price Alejandro Garnacho, take him away from Manchester United. We understand that Napoli was also in the running, but just some hours ago, they pulled out of that race for Garnacho. So let's see, it's now left for maybe other teams who are also looking for Garnacho will also step in. But for Chelsea, they are also interested in the young man who is still a Manchester United player. And then we'll take this one. Borussia Dortmund eyes Chelsea left back Ben Chilwell. Maybe, just maybe, he will be following the footsteps of his countryman, that is Harry Kane, who is playing for Bayern Munich. He has, for Ben Chilwell, he's not having the best of time under Enzo Maresca, who is with Chelsea. So let's see if that deal will go through, as Dortmund is also looking for how they can at least add some players addition to their team, and then prepare for next season. All right, let's leave transfer and quickly take this last story on the show. Like I said, it's tennis. Yes, the men and the women's final has been confirmed. Just some hours ago, the second finalist was confirmed. Now it's going to be between Sinner and Zverev, Alexander Zverev of Germany, in the Australian Open final. Yannick Sinner, world number 1, he's an Italian, will be coming up against the German in the Australian Open final. So it's going to be one for them. For Yannick Sinner, he defeated Shelton in the semi-final. That game was 7-6, 7-2, 6-2, 6-2 victory over the American, that is Shelton on the Rod Laver Arena, to book a second final back-to-back. Now, after winning, he claimed his first major, that is this same title 12 months ago. That is a year ago. He's the defending champion, and now he will be looking to see if he can add to that again, and then maybe he can win it back-to-back. He will be definitely, for Sinner, he's the youngest man to reach the multiple Australian Open finals since Jim Courier in 1993. And then for the women's version, we'll be seeing Madison Keys taking on two-time defending champion Aryna Sabalenka in the women's final. So for the men, Zverev against Yannick Sinner, that is Alexander Zverev against Yannick Sinner in the men's final. And then for the women's version, it's going to be Madison Keys against Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian. So it's going to be a tough one. The women's final will be coming up tomorrow, Saturday, while the men's final will be played on Sunday. Who is going to leave the first major Grand Slam of the year? Is it Zverev? Is it Sinner? Or are we going to, for the women's version, is it going to be Sabalenka, or is it going to be Madison Keys, who is in form of her life at the beginning of the season, towards the ending of last season, and she took it off from where she left it last season. So it's going to be an interesting finals. The big names are no longer when it comes to tennis. Djokovic retired against Zverev due to injury. For the women's version, when you mention Serena Williams and co, these are names that rings bell. Naomi Osaka crashed out, Coco Gauff crashed out. Oh, what a way to go in the tennis world. So we'll be looking forward to those finals, and you are sure to get the story of the finalists, those who win the titles, on our sports show come Monday. All right, this is where we'll be leaving it on the program this evening, Sports Update. Thanks for watching. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.